Hey everyone! Welcome back to your go-to place for everything coins, collectibles, and history. In today's video, we're diving deep into a fascinating little piece of British currency, the 1979 UK 5 new pence coin. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 5 new pence from 1979 so special? Well, whether you're a collector, an investor, or just curious about the history of coins, you'll want to stick around. In today's video, we're going to take a look at its design, its circulated value, and what makes it so interesting in the world of numismatics. Let's start with the basics. This coin was minted in the United Kingdom in 1979, and as you can see, it's part of the new decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1971 when the UK moved away from the old pre-decimal system. The 5 new pence coin was part of the decimalisation process, where 100 old pennies were replaced by 100 new pence. On the obverse, we've got the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait has been a staple of UK coinage since 1964. The reverse features the famous design of a seated Britannia, holding a trident and shield, which was created by Christopher Ironside. This image has been used on several denominations since its introduction. Now, when it comes to value, the 5 new pence from 1979 is still in circulation, but how much is it really worth today? In terms of its face value, it's, of course, worth 5 pence. But that's not where the real intrigue lies. When we talk about circulated value, the coin's worth can vary depending on its condition, rarity, and collector demand. If your 1979 5 new pence is worn, with scratches, fading, or general signs of use, it might only be worth its face value, 5 pence, or maybe even less, depending on market. Most coins in this condition don't fetch much more than their face value. However, if you've got a coin in great condition, say, a nearly uncirculated specimen or one that has been well preserved, the value can increase slightly. A high-quality, well-preserved 1979 5 new pence coin can go for anywhere between £1 to £2, but here's something really interesting for all you collectors out there. While the 1979 5 new pence coin isn't considered particularly rare, certain variations can catch the eye of seasoned numismatists. Some coins from this year may have slightly different edge lettering or mint marks, depending on where and how they were produced. These variations can make certain coins a bit more valuable. If you think you've got one of these variants, it's worth having it looked at by a professional. Beyond just value, the 1979 5 new pence also tells an important story about the UK's transition to decimalisation. The introduction of the new pence system was a major milestone in the country's financial history. And while this particular coin may not be worth a fortune, it's a cool piece of history that reflects the changing times. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in your collection, it's definitely worth holding on to. If you're just starting out in coin collecting, the 1979 5 new pence is a great addition to your collection because it's affordable, historically significant, and fun to learn about. To wrap up, while the 1979 UK 5 new pence is not a high-value coin in terms of money, it holds historical value, and it's still a neat piece to have. If you're lucky enough to find a pristine version or a rare variant, then you might just have a little treasure on your hands. To understand the 1979 5 new pence coin, we need to go back to the late 1960s and early 1970s. A time of major change in the British monetary system. Before 1971, Britain used the pre-decimal system, where £1 was made up of 20 shillings, and each shilling had 12 pence, making a total of 240 pence in a pound. Sounds complicated, right? It was. That all changed on Decimal Day, February 15, 1971. The UK adopted a simpler decimal system, 100 new pence in a pound. As part of this transition, new coins were introduced, including the 5 new pence coin. The 5 new pence coin actually first appeared in 1968, 3 years before the full decimalisation, to help people adjust to the change. It was originally the same size and weight as the pre-decimal shilling, which it replaced. By 1979, the coin was well established in everyday use. Millions were minted that year as the currency gained widespread acceptance. The coin still featured the classic design of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, by sculptor Arnold Machin, and Britannia on the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside. Fun fact, the 5 new pence coin kept its original size until 1990, when it was made smaller and lighter due to the rising cost of production and changes in coin usage habits. So the 1979 version belongs to the original, larger series, making it more collectible today. Although it was a common coin, the 1979 5 new pence represents a specific moment in UK history, when tradition met modernization. It reminds us of how even small changes in currency can mark big shifts in a country's culture and identity. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our future videos on coins and collectibles. Drop a comment below if you've got a 1979 5 new Pence coin or any other cool pieces in your collection. I'd love to hear about it.